Good afternoon, our esteemed shareholders. Welcome to this presentation. We are presenting that Q3 result. In this quarter, we have achieved PAT of PBT of 67.48 crore, and PAT we have achieved 50.37 crore. As far as the few ratios are concerned, yield on earning portfolio is also 11.37%. And capital adequacy ratio is also 44.45%, which is higher as compared to the previous quarter, which was 38.58 crore. We are having a comfortable liquidity position. As on 30 January, we are having liquid funds of 872 crore. And we are aggressively looking at proposals. During this quarter, we have made some disbursement of around 161 crore, and we are aggressively looking for good proposals for the further disbursement. During this quarter, we have achieved interest income of 200 crore, and total income was 204 crore. Interest on financial charges were 102.82 crore. And impairment on financial instruments were 8.44 crore. Other operating expenses were 25.57 crore, and total expenses were 136.84 crore. PBT was 67.48 crore, and after the tax expenses of 17.11, PAT is 50.37 crore. As on 31st December 23, our loan book was 6,495 crore. Few improvements are there in that ratios also. As far as yield is concerned, we have achieved 11.37% as compared to 10.89 in the previous quarter. Cost of funds have increased slightly because of that market trend. Cost of funds were 8.89 as against 8.48. Our NIM has also improved from 4.46 to 4.92, as well as this spread is 2.48 as compared to 2.41. We have resolved few stress assets also during this quarter. Stage 3 gross loan was 776.05, and for which we have already made the provision of 447.32 crore. Next net exposure is 328.74 crore. Our ED will again go through in the detail whatever resolutions we have made during the previous quarter. As far as market cap is concerned, even market cap as on 30 January was around 4,000 crore. I think there is no any major change in the shareholding as on 31st December. Over to Mr. Abhinav Goyal.
Very good evening again to all esteemed shareholders. There were few developments which happened since we last met in the market. One is there is recent RBI circular where RBI has increased the risk weight for NBFC in general, other than certain specified NBFC. Your company has wonderfully placed, and despite the increase in the risk weight in general in the market, we not only negotiated well with our lenders because we have shown the strength we are having, the business potential we are having, and the kind of portfolio we are carrying as of now. They all well recognized, and although there is a nominal increase in comparison to the RBI circular, yet we are well within the very competitive limit. That is one. Second, recently Government of India, Honorable Prime Minister, on that 22nd of January, auspicious day of Ram Lala Sthapna, has announced that Sarvodaya scheme. As you are well knowing that your company is into the sunshine sector, our focus is to sunshine sector. We are also visualizing that there should be immense opportunity for your company to have a tremendous growth in coming future. That is the two major development which has happened very recently. We thought it's appropriate to put for the consideration of esteemed shareholder. I now request ED Sir, Mr. S. Sivakumar, to kindly take forward the discussion.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining here with us. And as my colleague Abhinav has said, we are exploring this sunrise sector, and we trying to contribute our might and get more contributions and get a piece of part of the business so that we'll have enhance our value chain in which we are already there. So that's one thing. And then apart from that, we also are looking at a few of the proposals, and we are trying to improve our portfolios as well as the returns from the portfolio. So we expect that the coming quarter, this quarter will be of good business growth and prospects are positive. Over to Abhinav.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. So, our company has done very good on the portfolio front as well, and we resolved 2 major accounts during this quarter. So, we are having Mr. Kalur Srinivas, who is having decades of experience in banking only. So, I request sir to kindly elaborate how we have resolved and way forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Srinivas here. I think as Abhinav, Mr. Lodha have mentioned, the focus continues to be on resolving the remaining sticky assets. We have implemented the resolution plan as regards IL&FS Tamil Nadu Power Company Limited and also Meenakshi NLC. So both these accounts have been implemented, and we also continue to focus in terms of trying to move ahead in terms of resolution on the remaining large ticket sticky assets, whether it is Danu or whether it is Vento Power or NSL Nagapattinam. So this calendar year, maybe we will try and see what breakthrough we can have as far as these assets are concerned.
So, would like to have this call precise to the subject and the story we are carrying. So, moving forward, we may take further questions if any the audience is having. So, we are happy to answer that.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Manoj Alimchandani from AFRF. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Lodha, Mr. Shivakumar, Srini, Abhinav. At the outset, thanks for an excellent presentation and very crisply given details, highlights. So hats off to you. Now I would like to come to a few very, very specific issues and important issues, and would like to get your feedback on each of the important points. I would also give some suggestion. One is Mr. Das of IREDA. Their directors, CFOs, and in the Ministry of Environment officials also interacted with me in Mumbai, and a very detailed interaction, and they implemented all my suggestions and see the kind of wealth they have created. It is the same sector, but the kind of wealth they have been creating and have implemented all the suggestions. Also, REC management came to Bombay and interacted and see the kind of re-rating have been done. They have been implementing all my suggestions very, very closely. They listen to us, they interact with us. So I would have expected you to come to Bombay and interact just instead of doing a voice concall. Earlier you had done a Zoom interaction and the parent company also. So in future I would suggest don't wait for 3 months, come to Bombay, interact with us. It's very, very important. Next point, it is how you are doing your business. You are in the same sector as IREDA and REC, right? Your focus was on renewable renewable. In the last interaction, the director was there, Shiva Kumar, right? You had just taken over and we had a very good interaction, right? You had shared your plans. And you have rich experience earlier and about positioning yourself in a renewable business and take off. But see what is happening in competition, what IREDA and REC are doing. They interact with us physically in person in Mumbai more often, and they have been much more successful than you. Although I wish you all the best, but ultimately wealth creation for investors and the promoter, PTC India, is much more important, and you have more experience than IREDA in terms of listing and interaction, and you have better learnings because one learns through mistakes and through experience, bulk business, bad cycle. So you have the advantage of that. So you could be much ahead, much more than IREDA. REC, of course, the size is there, but you have a smaller base, so you can show much higher growth. We are talking about solar, we are talking about that. Would like you to highlight what is your positioning going to be there in the solar business, renewable business, rooftop business, including your comments on the Finance Minister's speech today and what our Prime Minister Modi also mentioned about it. You have the advantage of being the first among the calls in the renewable business after the budget speech, right? So, Mr. Lodha, I would like you to respond to that, especially on the prospects and how PTC Financial can position to grab the major big opportunity highlighted by the FM and the Prime Minister. It's going to be huge, and on a small base, just imagine when you come to Bombay and interact, I can give you further ideas. I would suggest if you can come next week itself, it will be good. Right? Mr. Lodha, respond to that. And another third point is would like to know from you what are the developments in terms of relationship with RBI and their questions. There were some issues in the media.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Maybe request you to rejoin the queue for more questions, sir.
Yeah, let me just complete on RBI point. There were some issues. Please clarify that. The CFO or the compliance officer can clarify on the developments related to RBI. Is everything clean or is there any outstanding investigation?
Yeah, so first of all, I will just huge potential is there in this particular business like solar and other new emerging sectors in green infra. So definitely we are looking good proposals, and we are in the process of just increasing our book size. So all out efforts are being made. And second thing is RBI inspection has already been done for 22-23, and we have addressed the things and whatever we are addressing.
So, thank you, sir. Thanks for recalling our meeting in Bombay. And as you desire that, definitely we would like to take your inputs and we will shortly travel and meet you in person also. But we are delighted that you joined our phone, and we are happy to interact and take your views because which is of immense value to us. As you said, the kind of announcements which have come from the government, especially on the solar rooftops by Honorable Prime Minister. So we are in touch already with the implementing agency, namely REC, though it is going to be of a rooftop which is more of a B2C segment, but still we will be involving there, and definitely we will bring our expertise in this business because we are already there in this business, as you said. And we are in touch with them, we are in discussion with them, and definitely we will be bringing value to our shareholders. And thanks for your comparison with IREDA and REC. Yes, we are well equipped because we have learned our lessons and we have much expertise. Definitely we are exploring a big chunk of business which will definitely add to our small base in a very big way. Then as regards your query on the RBI thing, RBI inspection is over. There is no investigations per se, and the RBI inspection report for 2021-22 has come out well, and there was no divergence or no malfeasance or no such things were observed. And we have submitted our observations and our comments and our compliance with their findings, and we are almost up to date with the RBI's requirement and whatever the stipulations they have made in terms of forming the formulation of the policies and procedures which we have put in place. And I can assure you that there is no malfeasance or no diversion or anything of that sort has come out in the RBI report. That is the one thing I can assure you, sir, at this moment. And your points are well taken, and definitely we are looking at every business opportunity to further our business interest and add values to our shareholders. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We move to the next question. The next question is from the line of Aditya Singh, who is an investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. May I request you to use your handset, please, for optimum audio quality?
Yes, sure. So, this side Aditya Singh, I'm an existing investor in the PFS, and I would like to highlight that PFS is, not doing well in terms of, rewarding to shareholders. Hello?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes, so PFS is not doing well in terms of rewarding to shareholders. See, the solar is one of the best funding opportunity in India, and I do not know why PFS has funded road projects and multiple road projects, wind power and hydropower. Why PFS is not focusing on the renewable energy? This is my first question. The second question is, what is the status of NPA as on date? What is the status of NPA quarter-on-quarter basis? And what kind of resolutions you guys have done to clean the balance sheet? Because, what I could see that, CFO is also playing the role of CEO, and he is having the dual role, additional charge of the CEO. So who will bring the additional business for the company? Because CFO is a different function, CEO is a different function. So we would, advise PFS to have, a sizable team to tap the renewable energy market, and there should be a proper CEO in the company, and who is having, good integrity. I hope PFS has learned from the past mistakes. And what I believe the function of CFO is more on the fundraising for the company. So why a person is having dual role? Yes. May I request you to please answer, sir, my both questions?
Sir, so as regard to your first question, I think there is a contradiction as regard to, at one place, the statement is that we are funding to diversified sector, including road, and at the same time, we've been requested to focus to a specific sector, renewables. So, although we are focused to fund green, sustainable green infrastructure finance, so be it a solar, be it, wind power, be it electrical vehicle charging station, be it e-mobility, and at the same time, we are open to other good exposure also to other infrastructure sector where there is an opportunity to make money. So, the ultimate goal is to create value to our shareholder, be it from one segment, be it from another segment. The first is that whatsoever be the segment, it should be good, the project on itself should be viable, and it should be creating the value to the company in turn to the shareholder. Right. Now, as regard to the answer of your second question, yes, of course, integrity was one word you mentioned. So in all our dealing, we are quite transparent, and you must appreciate the fact that probably we are among the few NBFCs in the country which have given the stage-wise details of, stage 3 loan account-wise details. How much exposure we are having, how much, being provided of, how much is the net, how much impairment being created. It is available over exchanges also, over our website also. Now, as regard to quarter-wise NPA figure, that is also available over our website. So, quarter-on-quarter, year-on-year basis, all the details are being mentioned. Now, one very important question you in between asked that there is a person who has taken additional charge of MD as well and who is working as a CFO as well. Of course, it's a unique kind of situation. Actually, our thrust is to have a selection of a person who should show this organization to a right path with while creating the right value to the shareholder. And the most important aspect, you yourself mentioned that the person should be a man of integrity and he should have a very high vision. Of course, the existing management is also contender for that post, but somehow the process has taken more than expected time. We are quite hopeful that soon there should be some announcement. So the process is already on. It is on advanced stage, and probably next time when we will be meeting, the question should itself will get resolved.
Okay, sir, one small question I have. My question is, I went to your website and saw the accounts, the NPA accounts, the portfolio which has been part of your portfolio. I'm literally surprised to see on what basis you guys funded these companies in the past, and that has, piled up as an NPA now. Because the kind of companies you have funded, nobody was touching those companies. And on what basis you gave loan to those companies like Dhanuka, and there are other companies which were, they were already having, bad name in the market. So we would humbly request you, whenever you get any proposal for corporate finance or project funding, please give special attention to on what basis the credit appraisal has been done. Right? And I hope you have taken action against those people who had, approved these loans in the past. Because that has, hit the balance sheet of PFS very badly. You can see other companies, how they are performing in the market like Irida, PFC, REC, they are, touching 52 weeks high. Okay. So on what basis you funded all these, companies which were not worthy? And as a result, the PFS, faced a lot of challenges in terms of recovery. So please, streamline and strengthen your credit appraisal process. And please monitor from the day of application. Please do a, due diligence of the promoter before funding.
Yes, sir. So your point is very well taken. In fact, would like to mention that the projects which are appearing bad as of today were the leading group at one point of time. For example, one case is Island FS Tamil Nadu, which is an NPA in which we just saved 70 crore. In this quarter only, all PSU name are been there. Another project, Punasima Power. So, it's been reflecting bad as on today. It's, in our NPA list, PFC, you rightly mentioned that PFC, if I'm right, PFC or REC is the lead institution in that case only. So, yes, your suggestion has been well taken and we already strengthened our credit appraisal. In fact, the majority of the accounts which are reflecting here are belonging to the thermal or large hydro sector. So, the sector itself being collapsed with the cancellation of coal blocks and no offtake arrangement. So it was a Supreme Court judgment because of the sector, on its entirely has collapsed. So it's not a fault of any financial institution, be it PTC Financial, be it PFC, REC, SBI or PNB. But yes, your suggestion has been very well taken, and you rightly mentioned that PFS has PFC has crossed its 52-week high. I guess you must also appreciate that we have also crossed our 52-week high. And at the same time, we have taken your suggestion in right spirit and will, definitely find out the opportunity to improve further. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to add to what Abhinav has indicated, meaning as far as I think there was a specific comment on Danu Wind Park Private Limited. Let me state that this is a renewable energy project in the state of Andhra Pradesh. The reason why it is appearing in stage 3 is because of the government of Andhra Pradesh having not kept its or honored its contracts as far as the PPA is concerned, and the developers had to go had to approach the court for relief. And post relief being granted, the project's cash flows has come online, but it continues to be a stage 3 as the legacy issue will take some time for it to get resolved. But the heartening point that investors may observe is that as far as the provisioning coverage is concerned for the assets, for our assets, the provisioning coverage is very healthy.
Thank you. We move to the next question. The next question is from the line of Vishal Biraya from Bandhan AMC. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, first, your comments on the top 3-4 stressed projects, right? If you can elaborate a bit more on Danu, ILFS, Tamil Nadu, Vento, and Nagapattinam, as to what is the current status of these power plants, at what stage are they generating, are they not generating, what's the status of PPA, coal, and everything? And then the second aspect of the question is on growth and sanctions. In the market, there seems to be enough inquiries for lending to the power sector. So how are we looking at it? How are you evaluating? What are the new criteria that we set for ourselves? Thank you.
Yeah, to get to I think the first part of your question is relating to the operations of this stage 3 assets. Let me state as far as Danu, ILFS, Vento, and NSL Nagapattinam are concerned, out of these 4, the first 3, that is Danu, ILFS, and Vento Power, all these 3 are operating projects and have shown cash flows in the last few years. In fact, ILFS, we have recently implemented the resolution plan based on which we have got our share of the proceeds sometime in the month of November. And the project is doing well now in terms of PLF, is what we understand from the consortium site visit report as well. As far as Danu and Vento are concerned, these are one is a wind power project, the other is a solar panel based project located in different states, and both the assets are operational. Of course, there are certain legacy reasons because of which the assets continue to be stressed, which I had explained earlier as far as Danu is concerned. NSL Nagapattinam was affected due to the entire issue related to coal block allocation and some other reasons based on which the project could not take off. But then we have, as far as exposure is concerned, we have made full provisioning for this. And nevertheless, we are seeing what best can be done to try and recover to the extent possible as far as NSL Nagapattinam is concerned. That process is on.
So Nagapattinam, is it operating currently?
No, that project was never implemented.
It was never implemented. So this project is completely stuck.
Right.
It was half constructed, right?
This project was envisaged to come up in the state of Odisha. For whatever reasons, the project got stuck and could not get implemented.
Okay. So now, how do we plan to recover this? By selling the land?
So
what is the resolution plan that is being worked out?
The CIRP is on in terms of the resolution, and the advertisements have been given which have resulted in some level of response from potential investors. More than that, we are covered in the sense that we have a corporate guarantee from the holding company, and we expect at some point we will be able to recover a significant part of our dues.
Okay. And when it comes to Vento, what is the current status of the project?
Yeah, this is a solar plant in the state of Odisha. The plant is operational in the sense that 20 odd megawatts have been implemented and operational. The PLF that it's generating is about only marginally less than what was originally envisaged. It is suffering because mainly because of land issues. The full project could not be implemented. But yes, here also we have made adequate provisioning, and there is some interest as far as potential buyers are concerned, and we are seeing how a resolution can be implemented in this in the course of maybe this calendar year.
So since this project is partially generating, are we getting some cash flows from the revenue that is accruing to the power plant?
Yep, we are getting some cash flows, which is being used to meet some of the interest dues.
Okay. And when it comes to Danu, what is the current status?
This project is operational. It's in the state of AP. The entire project is implemented. The issue here is essentially relating to the cancellation of, rather the government of AP having gone back on its on the PPAs that were signed with the discoms. But post the court order, we have been getting the project has been getting cash flows from the discoms, from the state discoms. And of course, being this being affected for a couple of years due to the issues with the state discom, there are overdues that have built up over a period of time. But the performance-wise, as far as operating performance-wise, today, if you look at it from today's current scenario, over the last 2 years or 1.5 years that we've been seeing, fairly decent operating performance in terms of PLF and cash flows.
Okay. And so, by when do we plan? The Danu will get resolved only when we get the pending payments from the AP discoms, right? That is the only solution.
So, AP government has been releasing some of the dues that have piled up over a period of time. I think the company is engaged with the AP discoms to resolve the remaining issues. But irrespective of that, we are in constant engagement with the company to try and see how this issue can be resolved.
What is the amount pending by the AP discoms to Danu?
Pardon?
What is the total amount that is outstanding with the AP discoms for Danu Power?
It would be the figure that I remember as of say March 2023 is maybe the approximate number that I have would be about somewhere between maybe 70-80 crores.
Thank you. So may we request you to rejoin the question queue for follow-up questions, as there are several participants waiting for their turn. Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Mangesh Kulkarni from Almond Securities. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for giving me an opportunity. I just wanted to know some explanation on the note number 8 given in the financial statement regarding the other expenses, recognition of financial instruments. So just can you throw some lights on that, and whether it, further in next quarter also any kind of this is likely to become coming?
Actually, I'm Sanjay. So what I'm just telling, we got the resolution of the Meenakshi Energy Limited, the loan account which was appearing in stage 3 account till previous quarter. So Vedanta has successfully won the bid and got the project transferred in his name. And as a resolution plan, the lender got NCDs, the non-convertible debentures, carrying a coupon rate of almost 0%. And these debentures will be redeemed in the 5 equal installments of 20% each every year. The installment will fall for redemption every year in the month of October. Since it's a 0 coupon rate, as per the India's accounting, we have to determine some internal rate of return that we identified as a 8.5%. So the 53 crores debenture get the NPV value. So whatsoever 15 crore we have booked as an other expenses, the same will be recognized in income in times to come. So there will not be any recurring expense of this nature, and this 15 crore we are going to get in the form of interest in the coming 5 years.
So in case this was not there, our result would have further better in this quarter.
You can say that, because you can say that.
Okay. And sir, you have mentioned about you have done some disbursement of around 140 crores during this quarter. So these are mainly in the renewables energy sector?
These are primarily the road
Yes, one was, I think the major amount was to state utility, and partly part of the balance was to ongoing road project which is nearing completion. I think primarily these two.
Okay. And my last question is about this, in initial remarks, we mentioned about this PM's announcement about the solar rooftop and opportunity for the companies like PTC. So here we are looking for B2B or B2C kind of business opportunity?
We are exploring all the opportunities, and we are in discussion with the proposed implementing agency. Already we have begun our discussions, and we are looking for business mainly because we specialize in B2B, but we are not averse to taking a B2C also, because that will involve a shorter gestation, and we may have certain channel partner to distribute those things also. All these business models we are forming up.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Chandramalu, who's an investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you for this opportunity, sir. I am one of the serious investor in your company since 3 years. I'm holding 84,000 shares in your company. So since 3 years I'm observing, quarter on quarter your loan book number is decreasing. But in explanation you are telling you are in a very right growth path, and by the end of this year you will increase the loan book to 9,000 crore, and by 2027 you will increase the loan book to 30,000 crore like this. But you are not able to raise the loan from the banks till today. No any details about those things. So how you will bring this company to 30,000 crore company by 2027, sir?
Sir, I would reply, in two part of your question. First, in terms of liquidity, in terms of meeting a liability, we are quite comfortable. In fact, it's been mentioned in our investor presentation also that as on 30th January, we are having surplus fund of around 872 crore, right? So that fund would be utilized for onward lending to infrastructure sector, and our loan portfolio would automatically be, increasing with that disbursement. That is one. Second, of course, now we have started discussion. Of course, earlier also we started discussion. We got sanction also, almost I think 9-10 months back. But somehow some unforeseen development with the company, we were not able to take out all of those limits, and subsequently the sanction got cancelled. And then in between, there was a period where we introspect and re-strengthen ourselves and, address whatever the issue we were facing, address all the challenges. And now we again approach banks and financial institutions for having a fresh credit line. The proposal is under consideration with various banks. And as and when the funds would be required for onward lending, we are quite hopeful that the funds would be available to us.
By this financial year end, what?
That's the target we are carrying internally.
Thank you. We move to the next question. The next question is from the line of Chintan from Punishka Family Office. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. If you could take your vision to the 30,000 crore loan book, which we are looking into, what efforts we have done in last 6-7 months, if you could broadly explain it.
We have a good stream of proposals, especially in our area of focus, that is green and sustainable energy, such as renewables, e-mobility, and so on. And we have also lined up proposals around 1,000 crores in the portfolio, and we are processing those proposals for speedy deployment of funds. And second is that we are also exploring the areas which, as I have detailed before, in certain sunrise sectors where business opportunities are expected to improve, and risk are going forward reduced. And having learned our expertise and rehoned our skills and made a past of our problems now, as we have almost done away with the NPA problems and the provisioning, and with the new management also in place, I think we are confident that we will be able to achieve those projections. And we are striving to achieve those things. I can assure you that.
Okay. And sir, on the management side, I think there is a resignation of the last director. So the complete top management turnaround is happened, or anything is pending on side?
Because now we have a new set of board and with
So may I request you to come closer to the device, sir? You're not audible clearly, sir.
yeah, we have now a new set of board members along with MD CEO is in place, and all the top positions also are in place, and the team is working together to achieve those goals. As such, all the appointments have been made and the top posts have been filled. And going forward, I think we expect that the team is revitalized and it will deliver.
Thank you. Mr. Chintan, may we request you to join the question queue for follow-up questions. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure that the management is able to address questions from all participants in the conference, please limit your questions to 1 or 2 per participant. Should you have a follow-up question, we would request you to rejoin the question queue. Our next question is from the line of Manoj Pandey, who is an investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you for giving me opportunity to interact with you. My question is, I have 2 questions. Every quarter, we are at the time of review, the management is giving us a rosy picture of business growth, and but the business is not being achieved, and on the contrary, the business is declining every quarter. And you have some or other pretext that sometimes some CEO is not there, the board is under restructuring, some kind of restrictions by regulatory agencies. But we had been expecting that quarter 3 would have been better in terms of business. Now, this also has passed with a decline. Now, my question is, what should we expect in quarter 4 in terms of business, in terms of raising funds, and in terms of NPA, how much reduction in NPA you can show to us? Please.
Yeah, in terms of raising business, yes, as you mentioned, we have...
So may I request you to come closer to the speaker?
Yeah. We have proposals we have lined up, and 1,000 crore proposals we lined up. We expect much of bulk of these proposals are materializing into the disbursements. And as regards the raising of funds, we've been making all the efforts, and we have come very closer to raising resources, which is presently having faced certain difficulties in the first quarter of this financial year, and that is getting resolved, and we expect to move to raising further resources. And as regards the question of NPA resolution, this quarter we have resolved 2 NPAs, and we expect this in the previous quarter, that is called Q3, and in Q4 we expect 1 or 2 NPAs to resolve, so that we will have the better provision, better NPA numbers in the times to come. Sir, you can...
Yeah, just to... Excuse me, I have another question. One more question. Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, Please, can you tell me if the new CEO will be in place in quarter 4?
Sir, I think we have already given the position, factual position that, the entire management team, our board of directors are searching a lot so as to give the charge to a person who is, dynamic, who is having a high vision, who is able to lead this organization to new heights. Of course, the process has taken more than expected time, but yes, we are quite hopeful that there should be some good announcement very soon. So that's how, with all the limitations we are having, we can update you, and let's, next time when we will be meeting, probably the question will automatically get solved. So that's what we can say at this moment. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Manoj Alamchandani from AFRF. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Manoj.
Yeah. Thanks for giving me opportunity. One important thing in this business, as Mr. Das, Dr. Das of Irident mentioned to me, was technology. In fact, he clearly mentioned their paperless office and said, okay, I will get you to Delhi and you see how the paperless office works. What is the progress of our company on technology front? If you can highlight the amount of investment in technology and how we are geared up to grab a huge opportunity which has been given on a platter to us by the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister. Most important thing. Second thing is, we in the previous questions, there were some AMCs and some family offices and some retail investors. They expressed lots of concerns on this board issues. Can you mention, because you have an excellent board now and excellent independent directors, what is the contribution of independent directors and compared to the earlier independent directors who had resigned? Who are better, the current board members or earlier? And if you can differentiate a difference, it will help a lot and clarify a lot of misgivings. The current presentation on the website, it shows they have got very good rich experience as independent directors, very good domain knowledge, and the actual contribution, how they are attending board meetings, how much they are contributing, are they asking questions, keeping quiet, or just going on cashew nuts and tea and just keeping quiet, jo sab chalta hai. If you can mention that, and earlier board, the differences, because there were, it was kind of outrageous things coming in the media, which we don't know whether to what extent they were correct or not. So technology and this board issues, that will be very, very helpful. And you have been very transparent in the past. You have been sharing that forensic audit report on the exchange filings also. One of the best things in the corporate governance. You mentioned about RBI inspection report, which is very, very good. If you share it, it will be really excellent. It will show you as a very clean, fast-growing opportunity, as you mentioned, some 30,000 crore potential. With this detailed answers from you, and all the best. Look forward to interact with you on your quick visit to Mumbai.
So, sir, the first question was related to technology. Although, sir, we are not a fintech company, we are into wholesale finance, and whatsoever be the technology being required to be adopted, we adopted. In fact, the SAP, one of the I should say well-recognized software, we have taken that and get implemented in our system some 8-9 years back. So that way, whatever, of course, we are open to increase the efficiency in our working and in our potential with the introduction of technology. But yes, as of now, whatever the technology being required to be implemented, in our opinion, we have already adopted that. Yes, we are into continuous exploration of upcoming technology, and for that we are having a dedicated department, which is called the IT department, headed by the Chief Technology Officer. So that is one. Now, second question as regard to, who is better, the earlier board is better or this board is better, sir. I think we are nowhere, no one in fact to answer that question. If you ask me to compare between, Donald Trump or Joe Biden or, who is better, Atal Bihari Vajpayee or, Honorable Narendra Modi, so we are no one to answer that kind of question. So, that is a specific choice. In our opinion, earlier board was very excellent and, the current board is equally efficient and excellent. So now, of course, unfortunately, we faced few of the issues in past. We what all can say that issue, to large extent has been addressed, and now with the support of the entire board, entire management, and all the employees, and of course, our esteemed shareholder like you, we are moving forward to, the target which, your offices, has just mentioned. So we are marching to have a brighter future. So that's all from our side as of now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. A reminder to all participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Ladies and gentlemen, as there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the company management for closing comments.
Yeah. So, once again, a very good evening to all our esteemed shareholders. As addressed by our management team led by Mr. Mahendra Lodha, we are now focusing on growth. The future looks quite brighter from now. We are committed to have a contribution and to support the green infrastructure and upcoming sunshine sector. We are working in creation of value to all our stakeholders and we firmly believe to have improvement in our performance with the passage of every quarter. We look forward to meet you all once again with our yearly results. Thank you so much.
Thank you. On behalf of PFS, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.